Today's episode of Fantasy Fiction is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/fantasyfiction. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, MP3 player, or Magic Stone. Today we're recommending Sword of Shannara by Terry Brooks. It's a book about elves, I think. So if you're enjoying the show, give the free trial a chance. It'll help us pay for the hosting, but I'm not sure what that is. I'm just a wizard. Enjoy the episode. Next scroll. Reese's, where are you? Hey everybody, welcome to Fantasy Fiction. My name is Dominic.
My name is Josh.
And today we are talking about Paladins and Giants.
I don't know why I said mine like an old man, but...
Well, you know, I guess there's different types of giants.
That's probably old man giants.
Speaking of giants,
Yes.
you had a run-in with one this week. What
I
did. You do
did.
this week, Josh, tell me.
I was over at our good friend Zane Bauer's house for the Christmas holiday on the Christmas Eve, and a 200-fucking-year-old oak tree fell on their house, and the power line hit my car and fucked my car all up. So Merry Christmas, Christmas time, you piece of shitty fuck.
Must have been a bad boy this year.
Apparently, I was so bad that a tree needed to almost kill me. Like, it would have killed people. Like, it would have killed us.
Everyone's okay, though, right?
Yeah, everyone's fine. We went outside, and, like, the tree was on fire, because, like, the fucking line was touching. It was arcing, you know?
Jesus.
We shouldn't have been out there. We would have died. Like, we could have... If I would have touched my car, I'd have been dead.
Man, I'm glad you didn't touch your car.
Yeah, then the podcast would have sucked this week.
I know. It would have just been me crying.
I would have felt bad for you in my coffin, in my grave.
Well, this week I went and saw The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug.
I heard it wasn't good.
I got my problems.
Yeah.
And I'm not one who's like, oh, it wasn't a direct adaptation of the book.
Right.
Because one of my favorite movies is The Shining, and it's nothing like the book.
Right, that's,
almost.
yeah.
It's just there are things that are so big, and they're supposed to be so big in the movie, that they just gloss over.
I know.
Like,
I know.
Mirkwood. Not to spoil it for anyone, but it's within the first 20 minutes of the film, so I'm going to say it.
Right.
Mirkwood is maybe 3 minutes of the movie.
And in the book,
It's
they're
garbage.
in there for like
Weeks.
a decade.
Yeah, 100 years.
Yeah, they're fucking still in there.
However, every scene with Smaug, spoiler alert, he shows up. Is awesome.
there.
All of Smaug's dialogue is awesome.
Yeah.
Some of the effects, the CG is not as up to snuff. I don't know if it was because I was seeing it in 48 frames and it
I
kind of looked
heard
weird.
that. I heard that like it looked like they just ran out of time.
Dude, when they push into like the Necromancer's Tower,
Yeah.
and I saw it in 48 frames in 3D, it looks like a shitty PS2 game. Like, it doesn't
not
look good. But the movie's fun. I enjoyed it, and I'll probably see it again.
I know you're a big fan of the bear guy. What's his
Bjorn,
name?
yeah.
Yeah, Bjorn.
With special appearance by
Bjorn.
Bjorn,
Some Swedish guy.
man with eyebrows. He stops by. Bjorn stops by his own house.
It's not his movie. They're just like, Bjorn, we need to commandeer this house for this movie.
I'll use the analogy that Bilbo uses in Lord of the Rings. I feel like butter spread too thin
Over toast.
over toast.
Yeah.
That's what that movie feels like.
Yeah, because the book is fucking 190 pages long.
Yeah, but I think they could have stretched it out if they just, like, Mirkwood is a huge part, and it's whatever. I'm not going to get...
I know.
I already said what I'm going to say, all right? Let's just get to our fantasy. Sick of this shit. Strap in!
I guess we're
Your
going.
story better be good, Josh. It better be like the book.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope my story's up to snuff.
If not, I'm coming back to PA with my belt off.
I kind of hope my story's not up to snuff now. Yeah, you just sweeten the deal a little bit, so. My story is called PODs. In Daranos, only one thing stands between an endless, chaotic world of magical catastrophe and the relative calm and boob-filled realm we all know and love. They are the Templars of Tolerance, the Gallants of Goodwill, and the Cavaliers of Correct Cunnilingus. They are the Paladins of Daranos.
That's what it stands for.
You ready, rookie? Said Bradford Hammerford, the POD's eldest and most experienced paladin, both in the field of experience and probably sexually too, though I can't speak from experience, unfortunately.
What was his name again?
Bradford Hammerford.
Bradford Hammerford. I love it.
Beside him on his own flame charger was rookie paladin Glenn Skippy Lighthammer, nicknamed so because there was already a Glenn on the force and he had dibs, pussy. Ready as I'll ever be, Sir Hammerford, Skippy replied. Please, kid, call me Sir Hammerford. Bradford Hammerford was taking Skippy out on his first patrol as a member of the Paladin of Daranos force. They were equipped with rare-as-fuck flame chargers that could run as fast as Yo Daddy from an alimony payment and were as beautiful and rare as some kind of beautiful flaming horse that could run really, really fast that was rare. They were,
I like that description.
I used my words. They were also equipped with their one-of-a-kind paladin hammers, forged in the forges of Hammerforge. The Paladin Stronghold, where all paladins train and take the Pally trials, the end of which they recite the Pally code, which goes something like this. Number 1, defend all peoples of the realm, even if they're dingleberries. Number 2, only use the power of light magic, even though black magic is cool as fuck with 18 U's. Number 3, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Whoa. That doesn't sound very paladin-like.
I don't know, man. These guys are...
well, there's Daranos.
It is Daranos.
It's canon.
It's canon. Number 4, there can be only one Glenn. Number 5, thou shalt only ride to metal, #ride or die. And number 6, no fatties.
Oh. 6 is, hey, paladins, lay off.
They're
You
cops.
you Daranosian derelicts.
There it is. It's canon. Skippy, let us ride, Bradford commanded, and then Holy Diver started wailing so fucking hard out of fucking nowhere. Cut to title card. 12:45 p.m. Moon's Day Standard Time. Bradford and Skippy rolled up side by side to a dark, dank mountain on report of a domestic dispute between two frost giants.
Wait, there's other cops?
Yeah.
They're just Go on.
Oh, man. Being frost giant mating season, the paladins got scrolled to at least 3 or 4 frost giant domestics a lunar cycle. Skippy, what's the situation? Sir, we have a report of a male frost giant named Grog, 79 foot, 13 inches, being assaulted by his wife named Sheila. Hammerforge HQ recommends we proceed with caution. Fuck that pussy-ass shit, Skippy. A paladin never uses caution unless caution is the name of your hammer, in which case use caution to split some motherfuckers' heads open. We're busting in. Bradford and Skippy left off their steeds and unslung their maces from their backs. They barged up the dark mountain and soon came across 2 quarreling, hairy-assed frost giants. Thank God y'all are here. This son of a bitch cheating on me.
Oh, man.
Said the apparently female frost giant. It was hard to tell because of the hairy ass and all. I told this ice bitch I had to work late fighting the lava giant, said the male frost giant. His ass was really hairy.
Well, that's how you know he's a man.
There it is. Now, folks, please, let's keep this civil, Bradford said, trying to get a handle on the situation. Let's keep your mama civil, you cooter-smelling pally fuck, the male frost giant replied. Then he took his dick and hit Skippy square in the chest, sending Skippy flying backward at least 69 yards. As he flew through the air, he yelled, "Oh God, it smells like an ingrown toenail!" Then hit the side of the mountain and pooped pants. See, he just used his dick on everything. Probably used it on whatever slut he was frostboning last night. Sheila, I was fighting the goddamn lava giant. I was earning some extra gold to buy you an anniversary present. Really? Sheila replied. Yeah, I got you this orc skull necklace and a bouquet of gross-ass weeds. Baby, I never should have doubted you. I love you so much. Then the frost giant started making out hardcore and doing what my mom and dad were doing that one time I walked in their room in the middle of the night. Another case closed, Bradford said, satisfied. Let's roll, Skippy. Skippy lay dead, buried in the side of the mountain like that guy from The Matrix Reloaded. You know, when Trinity kicked him through the wall and the Merovingians Club. You know what I'm talking about.
He died?
Bradford used his resurrection spell, and Skippy was good as new. Minus the emotional trauma of being dead for a few minutes and realizing there's nothing but an endless void of non-existence after you die. Cut to title card.
How could you even keep the faith after that? Oh my God.
Cut to title card. 6:13 p.m. Moonsday Standard Time. Bradford and Skippy soon rolled up on a sucker acting a fool on his bog dragon, a.k.a. Salamander. It was Daryl the Bog King.
Oh, man.
Bradford got off his steed and approached the giant amphibian. Well, if it isn't Daryl. Now, Daryl, do I even have to ask, are you riding dirty? Officer, we've been through this before, I swear. I swear to you I learned my lesson. I swore last time I would never not have enough wizard weed on me while I was out adventuring. Now, Daryl, don't lie to me.
Don't trust him, he's a Daryl.
Sir Bradford, I can prove it. Looky here. Just then, Daryl busted out 2 giant burlap sacks full of the nastiest wizard chronic this side of the pain mines. See? Daryl said defensively. Then he threw up the horns. Good, Bradford said, smelling the huge bags of sticky icky. I won't have it, citizens of this realm adventuring without the finest dub-dub. That means wizard weed. Can you imagine a world where people aren't allowed to smoke wizard weed? Skippy chimed in from the top of his charger. I shudder to think of such a hellish reality. Boy, you said it, Skippy. Cut to title card. 8:73 p.m. Moonsday Standard Time.
73.
Bradford and Skippy soon get a report of some honky shit going down on the old Zartal cabin. Both paladins had tried to stay away from the Zartal place because fuck messing with necromancers and ghosts are scary. Skippy, I don't like the look of this shit, Bradford said, visibly nervous as some pee probably came out of his wiener hole. Sir, I think we should GTFO hardcore stat, Skippy replied. Suddenly, a large horde of roaming undead burst through the trees. There were all kinds of dead zombies, like dead human zombies, dead horse zombies. A fucking zombie had busted his arms and legs out of a casket and was just walking around while he was still inside of his damn casket. Fucking zombies all over the fucking damn place. It was too late. The zombies from Zartal's most evil spell had already overtaken the area. There was nowhere to run. God. They were cornered, surrounded on all flanks and shit. There was only
technical terms, I'm sure.
Military. The army. There was only one thing to do. There's only one thing to do, Bradford said sternly. Take out your mantle stone. Skippy and Bradford both reached into their never-ending utility belts and found their mantle stones. Stones which automatically teleport you to the living room where you take your socks off the most.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Okay, Skippy. Use your protective bubble and immediately activate your mantle stone, Bradford commanded. Just then, both Pallies used their protective bubble shield and activated their stones. Bradford magically teleported back to Hammerforge onto his favorite chair in his comfy socks.
No one's getting sued in this story.
No one. Skippy was not so lucky. His mantle stone was on cooldown, and as soon as his bubble spell wore off, the zombies trampled and dismembered him and used his body for biting practice. He died a long, painful, and mostly useless death. Cut the title card that reads, PODs. Finn.
That was a great story. Also, better than Training Day.
I hope I win an Oscar.
Even had weed.
They did drugs. Yeah.
They did drugs.
Yeah, it was Training Day.
I'm not sad to see Skippy go.
Yeah.
But, I think his body did serve some good in biting practice.
They needed
for
it.
the zombies. Because, some zombies got to get their bites up. They got to work up to those big bites.
Yeah, man. You got, like baby zombies and shit. They need to practice. They don't know.
Especially, like, those old zombies who already had, like, missing teeth.
Yeah.
Who now have more missing teeth because they're zombies. Ready for my tale of Paladins and some Giants.
I'm ready, baby.
All right, Josh, this one's called To Glory Keep.
That's fucking awesome.
I know, I wrote it naked. Okay. The sun was beginning to set on Orcspire as Thaddeus Thunderbeard arrived at Glory Keep, a paladin trading ground just outside of Stormscale. The keep belonged to Thaddeus's brother, Glorious Thunderbeard, whom Thad had not been in touch with after the death of their parents. After years of no contact, Orcspire's favorite treasure hunter was summoned by his brother through a letter found on his mantle. Upon returning home from many successful adventures, some involving seducing older ladies. Haha, yeah, homie was getting down with the experienced babes. Trying to reach that level cap.
They have like a bar, like, has their age on it.
The gates opened, and there stood Glorious Thunderbeard, with an aura of holiness surrounding him. This was not found in what he wore, as he donned worn training armor just coming from a sparring session, but rather in his presence itself. He took off his helmet, letting his gorgeous flowing black hair fall upon his shoulders and silky smooth beard, as the setting sun shot through the keep's windows, covering Glorious in a golden glow. His kind eyes greeted Thaddeus warmly. "Brother!" he shouted, and embraced the treasure hunter with a gripping hug, creasing some of the maps and parchments kept on Thaddeus at all times. "Too long it has been, brother," said Glorious, releasing his hug. "It's good to see you," replied Thaddeus, when suddenly a golden amulet of a shield with a crossed hammers and the words "Too Holy" written above it that was strung around his brother's neck caught his eye. "Is that father's amulet?" said Thaddeus. "Ah, yes," said his brother. "Father's amulet as it was passed down to me after his funeral." On the back of the amulet was inscribed in runes, "Let all who bear the name of Thunderbeard be forever protected by the light." Then underneath that in smaller runes, "And also let the light bless the men in the nether regions," if you know what I mean.
Dude, what a fucking amazing hand-me-down.
I know, dude. I'm trying to get that amulet.
I think when my pop-up dies, all I'm getting is like a mason ring.
Dude, those are important. Keep that. "The amulet was to go to you, the older brother, but by the time we had sorted out the inheritance, you were gone." Thaddeus remained silent, staring at the amulet. "But enough of the past! Come! Let me show you around our holy halls!" said Glorious, and as he did, a choir rang out singing, "The halls are holy as shit." Thad and Glorious walked down the main hall. The ceilings were high like that of a church. There were banners and tapestries that hung throughout, depicting Glorious's many victories. There was one for when he beat back the dead to their graves at Undead RaveCon 23. One of him ridding Stormscale of goblin solicitors. And one of that time he won a moonberry pie eating contest by beating out a big ogre named Pie Guy, who clearly did not live up to his name. Shortly after, Pie Guy died alone due to complications with pie allergies.
Dude, Pie Guy, unfortunately named.
Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. A sculptor was in the hall as well, working on a statue of Glorious, holding a massive pile of bones on his back, seemingly taking the undead away. And also, Glorious was naked for some reason. Glorious gestured to the crotch. I roam the halls nude some nights, so yes, that is scale if you were wondering. Kinda weird that you would point that out to me, replied Thaddeus. I pointed it out because it is so holy! Yelled Glorious, and as he did, trumpets blared. Thaddeus and Glorious continued through the holy-ass halls of Glory Keep, and traveled down to the forge. Thaddeus, I want you to meet my son, your nephew, Bjorn, the blacksmith. The door opened, and from inside came the intense heat of the forge like woe, and a jack dwarf wearing a sleeveless tunic and protective goggles while listening to Broadsword, Orcspire's only all-maiden band, turned his head to the elder dwarfs. He stopped what he was doing, picked up a few hammers, and headed to them. He removed his goggles. Hi, Dad, I love you. I had some extra time, so I forged some new hammers for your troops. Bjorn tossed a hammer to his father, who handed it to Thad. It was the most pristine hammer that Thaddeus had ever seen, perfectly balanced, quick yet powerful, and on the head of the hammer was an intricate carving of Glorious going one-on-one with the Skeleton Lord. And if you look closely, you could see runes written around Glorious that read, Best Dad, Best Dad, Best Dad, over and over.
Dude, his son is like the best kid of all time. He just sees his dad, he's like, I love you, Dad.
These hammers are fit for any paladin of Glory Keep, said Glorious, though I have not done battle with the Skeleton Lord yet, my son. Yes, but you will one day, replied Bjorn. Hey, Dad, he added, I fucking love you. Did I say that? I fucking love you, Dad.
God damn, this kid loves his dad.
The men left Bjorn to his work and made their way up to the keep's library. And here is my other son, said Glorious, Daldwin. He is studying to become a paladin like his father. The door opened, and inside was an even more jack dwarf, bench-pressing a bookshelf filled with holy books. He got up and cast Lay on Hands on a pile of old black dragon bones, and a small black dragon regenerated right in front of their eyes, breathing fire all over. Daldwin was burnt, but started flipping through the air while casting like 100 holy bolts at him. In a few moments, the dragon was once again slain. The young paladin healed his wounds, re-upped his buffs, then laid back down on the bench and started bench-pressing 2 bookshelves filled with holy books.
Jesus Christ.
One book fell out of the bookshelf and landed at Thaddeus' feet. On the cover was a painting of Glorious with the title, Holy Fuck, We Love Our Holy Fucking Dad. Ha ha ha! Holy sons! Yelled Glorious as light shined throughout the entire keep, and anyone who had a slight cough or sore throat was cured. So yeah, it was a really magical moment, but not like crazy resurrect your dead Uncle Larry magical.
Dude, this guy's got his pally game on fucking lockdown.
Dude, he's pretty dope on the pally game, dude.
He's ready.
Thaddeus was speechless. His brother, of whom he knew so little, had it all. But that isn't it, yelled Glorious again. Come meet my sexy wife. The two headed to the weight room. Brother, meet Megan. There in the holy weight room was Megan, the finest big booty having holy wife all of Stormscale was ever to know, with beautiful red hair. She was doing squats and them buns was tight. She went down from one more squat and then started booty dancing.
Oh my
and
God, I'm in
all
love.
the guards got a little dizzy. She racked the weight and addressed Thaddeus. "A pleasure to meet you, brother," said Megan. "Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go make cookies with my tits."
Yep, in love.
This guy's got it pretty good.
Yeah, no, dude. I kind of hate him.
That bomb-ass maiden left the brothers as a knight of the keep ran up to Glorious. "Sire," he spoke, "our scouts sent word that giants roam this eve." "Thank you," spoke Glorious. "Any other news?" "Yes. Your sons still fucking love you. So does your wife. She says she's ready for sex whenever you are." "Wonderful! This is mostly great news. Minus the giant's part. But we'll have to keep everyone inside this evening and have our guards on watch. But my sons love me in sex with my hot wife. The light has been good to this Thunderbeard." The knight left the brothers alone again. "Brother," Glorious began, "do you feel as if some of this is missing from your life? I understand you are some sort of treasure man? Treasure hunter, adventurer, nomad, vagabond, call me what you will."
Oh my God. That's so perfect.
And the entire song of Wherever I May Roam played as the two brothers waited and listened.
Oh my God.
When it finally stopped, Thad thought hard for a moment, then began again. "Yes, sometimes it feels as if something is missing. However, in coming here I realized that one cannot have both your life and mine. I have to admit I could not live that life. No sweet booty dancing wife to come home to, but... forget I brought it up. Come, let us make merry in the dining hall, which is also a sexy dance hall in the after hours. Ah! Just then, the south wall of the room began to crumble. Thad and Glorious took cover, and when the dust settled, there stood a giant of the Black Order, twice as tall as the keep, with a long black beard and white eyes. The giant laughed. "Glorious Thunderbeard, it appears as though I will have my giant revenge."
Oh my God.
"Curse you giants and you horrible puns!" yelled Glorious. "That
Cannon.
ogre from the pie-eating contest was his friend. Not my fault!" Both of Glorious's sons ran in, wielding the hammers forged by Bjorn. "We got this, Dad, that we love the shit out of!" they both yelled. And they were immediately backhanded the shit out of by the giant and knocked unconscious.
Pimp
Giant. He just bitch slapped.
slapped. Fuck you.
"Giant mistake, dwarf. I'll eat both your boys and fill my giant appetite. Laughed the giant. "I'll kill you, you son of a bitch!" As he charged the giant, but he too was backhanded the fuck out of and knocked out. Thad knew what he had to do, and he had to do it quick. From his backpack, he grabbed the seer's flute that he recovered from the tomb of ancient owls and played a quick magic song on it that went like this. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Oh my God.
That dulled the giant's senses. Then he withdrew the magic rope of Wrangle Dangle, which he discovered in a chest in the spooky ghost mines of Orkspire, which, if you are wrangled in, you relive the most tragic moments of your life.
Oh my God.
Yep, it's a bad rope. Thad lassoed the giant, who became very occupied with vivid flashbacks of him losing at an exotic dance competition. The judges are all holding up ones and zeros except the last guy whose sign read, "Trim dat giant taint."
Is that like below zero?
Yeah, man, you just got criticism.
It's like a negative.
It's like, I can't even score you. I just have to give you notes so you can get better. You're so bad.
Man, that's shitty.
Yeah, man, well, you go to exotic dance, you gotta
Yeah,
be ready for
fix your shit up.
I gotta, come on. Thad then put on Battlecag's first album on his magic music stone that he bought in Daranos, held his hammer with both hands, leapt in the air like a goddamn maniac, and cracked the giant's head open with one swing. The giant was dead. After everyone came to, Thaddeus told Glorious that although he realizes he can't have both lives, he's happy living the adventurous one he does have. They all made merry in the dining hall, which quickly became a sexy dance hall, and everybody got buck. The end.
That was a great story. That was so fucking good. There were like legitimate touching moments. I was like, oh my god, that's like really nice.
Oh, well, thank you.
And it was all, it's funny. Also, I'd like to say that Dom and I did not write our stories together, but there were a lot of things similar in the stories.
Wait, what were similar? I didn't even realize it.
The mantles. There was a stone of some kind.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. I didn't
maces.
It was.
That. There were some.
Dude, what is that? That is like the third or fourth time.
Yeah.
I guess it's bound to happen.
It happens
but
every now and then. But...
It happens pretty often.
Yeah.
Nothing will beat when we both named a skeleton Gary.
Yeah, man.
We're just gonna write the same goddamn story eventually and have to kill each other.
It's like put monkeys in what is that thing? Put monkeys with typewriters and then Shakespeare's a monkey. Yeah.
It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of
Chamber of Knowledge. Yes, we got it right, and sometimes we get it even righter. First scroll.
First scroll. Oh man,
we don't even do introductions anymore. Guess who I am?
Snickerdoodle.
You're right. You know because you are a wizard.
I get a candy now.
First scroll comes from @Druid of Necro. He asks, what is your favorite elemental attribute on weapons? Reese's?
I would say cut grass smell is my favorite. It's just lovely.
That's just lovely. Well, that's funny because mine is also cosmetic. That would be Glowstick Raven Chat. It doesn't do much, but it looks pretty cool. Next scroll!
Next scroll is from @UBerard. They ask, do either of you have wizard tattoos that you're not so proud of? Snickerdoodle.
Well, when I was a young wizard, I made the mistake of getting I love being 128 on my buns.
That's when you were 128, I'm assuming.
When I was a young wizard. I certainly regret that because I'm no longer 128.
No,
and it was a long time ago.
You wish you were.
Well, of course, and when I see my saggy cheeks, I get real sad now. So I don't go in any rooms with two mirrors.
That's a good idea. So no dressing rooms. No dressing rooms.
No, I just have a derobing room. That's it.
Just where falcons come in and like undress you.
I wear elaborate outfits some evenings, and sometimes the falcons have to work to get me nude.
That's
but
true.
They get the job done. How about you, Reese's?
I have a tattoo of Snickerdoodle pissing on the Daranos Cowboys logo, wearing a sombrero.
That is, I did not know that.
I never showed it to you because it's also on my buns.
Well, I can tell you what, I fully support that tattoo.
The logo is on the left cheek, and you're on the right cheek, and you're pissing over the crack.
You know, I imagine myself on the right cheek. Is that weird?
No,
next scroll. Next scroll. @Grecky Grogro asks, what are popular forms of entertainment in each of your realms for the average citizen?
Yes. Well, in Daranos we have meatball. It's just you play with a ball of meat, killing for fun, and being dirt ass poor.
That entertaining as being dirt poor.
It certainly keeps you busy.
I couldn't imagine anything less entertaining. Also, meatball. How big is it?
It's like the size of like, I believe you call it a soccer ball or a football. In whatever realm we don't know about.
Well, don't play that with any being dirt poor people. They will eat it.
That's true. It's very true.
Well, here in Orkspire, we do things simple. For example, we like to throw the ball around. Mm-hmm. The demon eyeball that gets you high as hell when you touch it.
Oh, yes. Snickerdoodle, yes. That is a fantastically fun game to play.
Yes, but you can't hold on to it too long because then you will become a slave to Synthor, the Snake Lord. It's kind of a thing. He kind of put these balls out there. That's why you gotta throw it. It's a dangerous game, and that's why the kids like it, I guess.
Too much of a good thing, you know what they say. Next scroll. Next scroll is from @PandaJunkie420, which is a great name.
It's a great name. I don't know what it means. You got numbers in your name.
Yes. What were your first jobs? Snickerdoodle, what was your first job?
I had a quick stint at the Doggo Dome, and that is a hot dog taco takeout restaurant that guarantees one mouth disease for Doggo.
That sounds terrible and delicious.
I know, that's why. First jobs are usually pretty bad. Mine was pretty bad. / dangerous / I didn't feel good about giving people mouth disease.
I would probably go there at least once, just to try it, Maybe they're on Wizard Yelp. I'll check them out later.
Yes, okay, that sounds like something they are probably on. How about you, Rizzy?
My first job was candy stealer. Professional candy stealer.
That is not a job.
You're
a thief. You were simply a thief.
Anything can be a job, Snickerdoodle. Stealing
Did someone pay you to steal candy?
The job was its own reward, Snickerdoodle.
I can't believe it, but next scroll. I am moving on.
Okay.
Khaleesi Rogerson asks, do you have karaoke?
Yes, we do. In Daranos, we have karate karaoke, so what you do is you sing the songs, but you have to do karate moves. Mm-hmm. I will sing a song for you if that.
Oh, yes, please.
All right, here we go. Oh, baby, I'ma touch your lips with my rock hard tips because I'm a orc with 7 dicks. Don't be frontin', your mama loves me and we should probably get married for at least a decade because that's how long my parents were married. There it is.
So you just doing karate this whole time?
Yeah, I was doing like sweet moves. You totally can't see it because I don't know. There's no visual aid.
Well, I'm doing this with my eyes closed. I have a bit of a migraine, so
okay. Yes.
Mind-grain, that's what they're called here.
It's canon.
We have karaoke here too, and if you could cue up the music, I'll sing. I'll sing my song.
Let me get the record player ready, or the record stone. What do we call it?
The record stone. It is the record stone. Okay. I don't know where you get player from.
I don't know.
But here it is. Slip on out of my robe. I love taking a nasty bath. Come on, take a nasty bath with me. That's when you get into a tub of black magic weirdo stuff and you die. Nasty bath.
Snickerdoodle, that was beautiful.
Yes, it is forbidden in many realms.
I think I would like to take a nasty bath and then go to that taco place you were talking about.
Doggo? Everything they serve there is pitch black.
Delicious.
So it works perfectly. Next scroll.
Next scroll is from Trevor Kopp. He asks, where does one grow wizard weed? Or where does it come from? Parentheses, how can I get some? Nice try,
Trevor Kopp. You couldn't even disguise your name.
Exactly.
You spelled it differently. We know you are a police officer.
K-O-P-P, come on.
Get real.
Trevor. Try harder.
Next scroll. Brian DePiro asks, how do 2 wise old wizards celebrate the new year? How about people of Daranos and Orkspire?
Good question. I'm so old I don't celebrate anything that isn't a multiple of 69. As for the people of Daranos, they kick around the meatball and they kill for fun.
That is sad that people are killing for fun on a holiday.
Well,
but I personally celebrate the New Year, or should I say Moon's Year, but I prefer to stay in and play it quiet. You know, it's far too dangerous to go out there with intoxicated trolls and goblins driving around in their bone cars, which are designed to explode upon impact, mind you. No thanks.
You would think that they wouldn't do that. I don't know why they make bone cars like that. I don't know. I don't understand it, but...
Well, that is all the information you shall receive. You try and ask us about Wizardweed again, and we will karate chop you while singing karaoke.
Karate
so please,
karaoke, yeah.
no more scrolls like that.
Yes.
But until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye. Good day.
We don't have an out. We don't always have an outro.
We don't know what we're doing sometimes.
Sometimes we're just going off the cuff.
Yeah.
Or off the wizard sleeve. Good day. All right, well, that was more knowledge, as usual, from Reese's and Snickerdoodle.
Knowledge being a relative term.
Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Fantasy Fiction. If you want to follow us on any of the social media, they're always in the show notes right below. And if you have a question for us, you can feel free to email us at fantasyficpod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Also, we were featured on iTunes again as new and noteworthy under comedy, which was really, really rad. And that's because you guys are submitting reviews and subscribing and downloading the podcast and listening to it. There's some crazy math involved with iTunes on how they rank their episodes, but all of those things feed into it. So if you're feeling kind and you could write like a sentence about the show, feel free to leave a review. It would really help us. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Even just for listening to the show. So we already appreciate you.
Yeah.
Speaking of reviews, Josh,
how
was your 2013?
2013, I don't know. It was all right. All in all, I survived it, so that's good.
There was a winter. I didn't freeze.
Yeah, I'm not dead.
I feel like that's something we should be thankful for a lot more.
Right. Well, I mean, it already snowed, like, on the East Coast, it snowed, like, 3 or 4 times already. So,
yeah,
like,
you guys are going to get a bad winter this year.
It's going to be crazy, yeah.
I think I had a pretty fun year. I learned to draw better, and I did some painting. I'm going to do some more painting, of course. I also started this podcast with you, and it's one of my favorite things I've ever done.
I was just going to say, we started this show, so I mean, how bad could it have been? I mean, the show's great.
Yeah, I really enjoy doing the show. It's a highlight of my week for sure. Do you have any resolutions for 2014?
I don't know. I kind of think New Year's is like a made-up holiday.
It is. I mean, I don't like New Year's very much, but I do like making like a promise to myself that I'll do something new.
Yeah, that's a good way to be. I don't know, maybe to get like more ripped.
Yeah, why not? That's a great idea.
I used to run every day.
You got to eat a lot more.
Yeah, I know. I used to run every day and like do like pull-ups and stuff, and we shot Smart Guys. And I just stopped.
And let's just say the wheels came off of my life.
Yeah, I mean, I fell into this black hole of not doing anything physically.
In 2013, my resolutions were learn to watercolor and visit San Francisco. And I did both those things, so I was pretty happy.
That's cool.
Usually I set it pretty like low, and then I'll take it to the next level on my own. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you just gotta do stuff first, and then opportunities happen. That's the way.
Absolutely, you just gotta get to work. Well, I hope everyone has a happy New Year, and I'm sure Josh does as well. Josh,
I do. I wish that. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid.
In fact, don't even go to any stupid party bus with any of your friends, because somebody always has some sort of crazy big party that they know of some guy that they're going to go to, and you should come, but it's $25 to get in, and guess what?
Yeah.
It sucks. Yeah. It always sucks. Don't go to that party.
Expectations on New Year's Eve are so high, they're unattainable.
Oh,
we know somebody who, I think like 2 New Year's ago, we won't say who it is, they were drunk and somebody was driving them home, like legally driving them home, and they were just puking at the side of their car all over.
Yeah, that's fun. That's no fun.
Yeah, it's not good.
Hey, until next time, Josh.
All right, until next time, keep on wizarding.
That one's sending you into the next moon's ear. Keep on wizarding, everybody. Have a good week and have a good holiday. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.